What's up guys, my name's Liam. Today I'm going to be doing a video based on some feedback I keep getting. People keep asking me, what are some of my top budget picks out there in the market? So today I'm just going to highlight two of my favorite options that have currently been working out best for me. And hopefully this will help you guys decide whether or not either one of these could potentially be the perfect gaming mouse for you. So let's check it out. So jumping right into it, my top pick, I'm going to have to go with the ATK F1 Pro. I've already done a review on the ATK F1 Ultimate, and these mice are very similar, but there are some differences here between them. So I will go ahead and break them down. And the second that I did get this out of the box, I immediately fell in love with it. Just the feeling of it, the shape, the weight, everything about it feels great. I did immediately develop an issue with some side flex over here on the thumb side. So with keeping that in mind, I did want to give some additional time with the F1 Pro. I've been using this for 3 weeks straight since I have gotten it. So as things stand, I do feel confident in the build quality and shell integrity of this thing. If that were to change, I will definitely make sure to give you guys a heads up in the future. But some of the reasons why this is my top pick, really the differences between these are very minor. Both of them are using the Omron opticals. Like I'd mentioned, they have the exact same shape. And really the only differences is coming over here to the bottom. I'm not sure if this has something to do with the difference in the build on the F1 Pro or not, but as you can clearly see, these do have different bases. So I actually do prefer the skate design over here on the F1 Ultimate. I kind of wish companies would get away from using the dongle storage down here to kind of mess with the skate design on the bottom of the mice personally. But like I said, if I could change anything on this, I wish that this was just one solid piece down here on the bottom skate, and it would pretty much be near perfect. But aside from that, it does have a DPI button over here on the F1 Pro, and one of the only other real differences is over here on the side. It does have an LED indicator on the F1 Pro, but both of these do have a 250 milliamp hour battery in each of them. So all around, just my experience with the F1 Pro, it has been a lot more solid. Like I said, I've been really stress testing this and being as rough with it as I can. And I haven't noticed any issues with any type of creaking, not at all whatsoever. So it does feel more solid. Again, I'm not sure if that has something to do with the different base or something like that. And another difference actually between both of these, I'm not sure if this has something to do just with the color between them, because I have had multiple mice that are different colors. And sometimes just the coloring, the way that they process it with the coating can have an impact on the way the coating feels. I did mention in my review that the coating on the F1 Ultimate feels a lot lighter and it doesn't feel as grippy as it should. That is not the case at all on my F1 Pro. The coating on here, it feels much more grippy, and I'm not sure if it's just applied on here thicker. Again, it's something with the color mixture, but it feels much better on the Pro version. But really, aside from that, they do feel really similar. Again, I love these Omron opticals. Arguably probably my favorite switches out there on the market. And the more mice that I've been getting these in, like the implementation on the Lamzu Atlantis Mini Champions Edition, they feel phenomenal and they're really lightweight. Even on the Ponage BLG collab, the Stormbreaker, they're also using these Omron opticals in there. Some of the best switch implementation that I've used. The implementation on this one, they feel a little bit more stiffer than those mice, and they do get a little bit more stiff at the top, but all around I still feel like they're really solid. They do have a lightweight actuation, especially the further that you click them up in the front. I do grip the mouse like this when I am using it, so I mostly click from the front, but the click feeling on this really does feel fantastic for the price that this is coming in, around $60 to $70. The scroll on it's just okay. It is a lighter feeling scroll with very light steps. The center click isn't too bad, a little bit on the stiffer end, but the side buttons on here, they're pretty good. Not the greatest. They do have a little bit of flex back here in the back with the pre-travel and a little bit of post-travel when you push them in, but all around they do feel pretty snappy. And when you're using them in game, they do feel pretty solid. The one unfortunate thing about this mouse is if you wanted to pick up the additional 8K dongle, it only comes with a 1K dongle with the F1 Pro. The 8K dongle, I've seen it going around $30, which is pretty expensive. And it's going to put the price of this mouse up in a premium category. But truly, the 8K performance on this has been working out fantastic for me. Even if you prefer to use something like the 2K or the 4K, it still is feeling really great. But I do feel like this is a really solid option. Coming back and forth between both of them, if we were to drop these on a scale, the F1 Pro is a little bit heavier than the F1 Ultimate, so I'm not sure if that also could have something to do with just the overall design and the feeling of it feeling a lot more solid. But throwing them up on the scale here, we'll do the F1 Ultimate first. So this one I got coming in at 40.2 grams, and on the F1 Pro It is sitting a little heavier at 47 grams even, but like I said, I do like the fact that all around it just feels much more solid, and it does have a more grippy coating to it. And then finally, my favorite thing about this is going to be the shape itself. The sensor positioning on it is a little bit lower. I kind of wish it was just a bit higher, but again, nothing that I feel is like a major deal breaker or anything like that. I was able to get used to it pretty easily once I started using it. So yeah, the weight of this, the feeling, balance on it's fantastic. Everything about the performance of this using it in game, without question, this is one of my favorite gaming mice on the market. So even though this is my current top pick, just so you know, there are a lot of other mice coming down the line that also have really promising specs. I do have the Mad R on the way, but if the $60, $70 price range is a little bit too much out of your budget, then I would still say from last year, I did name the #1 best budget mouse, the R1 Pro, and this one still stands strong. So if you're looking for something that is going to be, I think you could pick this up in the price range around $40 to $50, a little bit less than the F1 Pro over there. I would still put this as my favorite option out there. This doesn't have the optical switches, but the mechanicals on here, they feel really crisp, nice and clicky, lightweight. This also does have a really solid coating, and I do feel like the shape on this is fantastic. As you can see, it's more of a rear hump shape, and I've already done a full review on the R1 Pro Max, so if you're curious to see what the shape stacks up against, you can go and check that out. But the feeling of this still feels really great. Switches are great. The side buttons on here, they're pretty good. They do feel similar to the F1 Pro, and the scroll wheel is somewhat similar. I do feel like I get a little bit more defined steps for some reason over here on the R1 Pro, but all around still a really good solid option. It does have a really good coating on it. I've been preferring the coating a little bit more on the F1 Pro. It just feels a little more grippy for me, but I would say that without question, these are two of my favorite options out there. And I'm not just saying that from a budget standpoint, even with all the mice I have, even really expensive options, I still do game with these quite a bit. And if you're interested in knowing the weight difference between both of these, like I showed, 47 grams over here on that one, the R1 Pro is coming in for me at 50.2 grams. It does come in a little bit lighter out of the box. I did actually upgrade the skates on here, but aside from that, not too far when it comes to the overall weight and the feeling of both of these. And even though I do like these both very much, if I did have to pick, if money wasn't an option between both of these, I would still go with the F1 Pro over the R1 Pro. But again, both of these are really solid options. All right, guys, so if you have any additional questions or feel like I left anything out, please let me know down in the comments below. If you've enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.